Good morning, family. It's time for your morning juice. Today we're reading in Deuteronomy 16 through 18. Moses is still talking, still preparing them, not just for where they're going, but for how they need to live when they get there. Because God didn't just give them land, He gave them structure. He starts with something simple but powerful. He sets times for them to stop, celebrate, and remember. This is when we see Passover, the Festival of Weeks, the Festival of Tabernacles. These weren't just celebrations, they were reminders. Because if you don't intentionally remember what God has done, you will slowly start living like He didn't do anything at all. Then we see that He moves to leadership. This is where judges come in. People responsible for making decisions the right way. No favoritism, no bribes, no bending truth for personal gain. Because once justice is compromised, everything else follows. But here's where it gets real. Moses says, when you ask for a king, not if, not when, because God already knew. At some point, they were going to look around and say, I want to live like them. I want to do what they're doing. I want to do it their way, even after everything God had already done for them. So knowing that, God put boundaries in place. The king couldn't build himself up. He couldn't chase money. He couldn't elevate himself above the people. And most importantly, he had to stay in God's word daily. Because when leadership disconnects from God, it stops leading and starts controlling. Then Moses addresses something else people still struggle with today. We all need voices. We struggle with guidance. We're asking for directions and we desperately desire answers. So he tells them, and this is true for us today, don't go looking for it in sorcery. Don't chase hidden knowledge. Don't follow every voice that sounds spiritual. Because just because something sounds right doesn't mean it comes from God. So he gives them a filter. If it doesn't come to pass, it's not from God. If it pulls you away from God, it's definitely not from Him. So what's the takeaway? Here it is. Remember what God has done. Stay grounded in truth. Don't chase what everyone is chasing, and be careful who you listen to. Because when people forget God, when leadership becomes corrupt, when the wrong voices lead, things don't shift slowly. They fall apart rapidly. God didn't just prepare them to enter the land. He prepared them to stay aligned once they got there. And that's the same for you today. God isn't just preparing you to go somewhere great and do something wonderful. He's preparing you to be able to stay there once you get there. Sip on that, family, and I'll talk with you tomorrow.